Today, we're diving into some exciting news from Samsung. They probably announced when One UI 7.0 will be coming out, and we're here to break down everything you need to know. If you're a Samsung fan or just a tech enthusiast, stick around. So let's talk about One UI 7.0. Historically, Samsung releases a new One UI version every year between October and December. While we don't have an exact date yet, we can make some educated guesses based on previous years and the upcoming Samsung Developer Conference. This year, the Samsung Developer Conference, or SDC 2024, is set for October 3, 2024, at the San Jose McEnery Convention Center in downtown San Jose, California. This annual event is a big deal for developers, and it's likely that Samsung will showcase all the new features of One UI 7.0 there. Last year, SDC 2023 was on October 5, and they released One UI 6.0, the phones, later that month. So it's safe to assume that Samsung might follow a similar timeline this year. Now, One UI 7.0 is built on Android 15, and Samsung has already started testing it internally. They plan to update more than 50 Galaxy phones and tablets with this new version. Recently, Google released a new update for Android 15 called Beta 3 and announced that Android 15 is now stable. This is a significant milestone because it means the core system behavior is finalized. Companies like Samsung can now accelerate their development of major software updates, so we can expect them to ramp up the development of One UI 7.0. Based on Samsung's track record, we anticipate the One UI 7.0 beta program to kick off in the third quarter of this year. The stable release should happen in the fourth quarter. If you own the high-end Galaxy S, Galaxy Tab, or Galaxy Z series device, you'll likely be among the first to get the One UI 7.0 update. After that, the update will roll out to mid-range and then entry-level Galaxy phones and tablets. We've compiled a list of devices that are likely to receive One UI 7.0 based on several factors. Devices that launch with Android 13 will probably receive Android 15, as Samsung typically provides two major OS upgrades. Flagships and mid-range phones eligible for 4 years of updates will also get Android 15, according to Samsung's policy. Plus, devices launching in 2024 are expected to come with Android 15. Remember, this list is not final and won't be until at least August or September. We'll keep you updated as more information becomes available. In terms of features, while we don't have the full list yet, we can expect improvements in user interface, performance enhancements, and some new functionalities that take advantage of Android 15's capabilities. If you're in the One UI beta program, you'll get a first-hand experience of these new features before the official release. That's all the information we have for now about One UI 7.0. As always, we'll keep you updated with the latest news and developments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. If you enjoyed the video, subscribing to the channel would be greatly appreciated. That's it for today. What are your thoughts on One UI 7.0? Are you excited about the new features? Let me know in the comments section below. As always, see you in the next video. In a few months' time, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will succeed the iPhone 15 Pro Max and take on the mantle as the best and most advanced iPhone out there. Although there's plenty of time until September and a lot can change, we seem to know a lot about the upcoming top iPhone model based on rumors and leaks. How is the iPhone 16 Pro Max shaping up against its predecessor? What's changing and what's staying the same? Let's see how the iPhone 16 Pro Max shapes up against the current best iPhone Apple has in its roster. First up, let's talk about design and size. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will inherit the same design language as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, employing the same titanium frame with a completely flat screen. The major difference between the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be size. The upcoming iPhone screen will grow to 6.9 inches across, a significant bump over the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 6.7-inch display. To achieve this, they're likely shrinking the bezels down even further and making the phone itself slightly larger overall. As per the rumors, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will measure 163mm in height and 77.58mm in width versus 159.9mm and 76.7mm for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, respectively. A small but notable change, all things considered. The iPhone 15 Pro Max debuted with an action button instead of a mute switch and a USB Type-C port at the bottom, so those two features will be carrying over to the newer model as well. However, the iPhone 16 series will be scoring another button, dubbed the Capture button. Colors-wise, the iPhone 15 Pro Max was available in 4 understated and titanium-inspired colors. We've heard that Apple might use another titanium processing technique that will make the iPhone 16 Pro Max glossier and also more capable of retaining colors. Moving on to display differences. As mentioned, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come along with a significantly larger display, measuring at 6.9 inches across. Aside from the size, we don't clearly expect any other major changes. We're certainly getting a liquid Retina XDR display with an OLED panel delivering superb colors, contrast, and exceptional maximum brightness. The screen will support 120Hz ProMotion refresh rate, making scrolling through the interface and on-screen content way smoother. Now let's delve into performance and software. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will feature a second-generation 3nm chip, possibly dubbed Apple A18 Pro. As one can imagine, we expect that the Apple A18 Pro will have better performance than the Apple A17 Pro. Due to the heavily rumored focus on AI for both iOS and the iPhone 16 range, we expect that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come with a much improved neural engine to take care of all the generative AI features. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will also be a first to debut iOS 18 with a focus on artificial intelligence features. The new iPhone 16 Pro Max will also support faster Wi-Fi 7 and a more power-efficient 5G modem, keeping you future-proofed on the connectivity front. Let's talk about the camera. As the iPhone 15 Pro Max delivers a host of important camera features, chief among which is the new 120mm telephoto lens, the iPhone 16 Pro Max can finally address one of the forgotten cameras that hasn't recently scored any significant overhauls, the ultra-wide. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that Apple will be introducing a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. When it comes to audio quality, iPhone Pro Max devices are always up there with the best, setting the benchmarks for all other manufacturers to measure up against. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will be no exception. The same generally applies to haptics too. iPhones are arguably the best devices when it comes to haptic feedback, giving us precise and accurate vibrations that are sufficiently strong yet not overpowering. Lastly, battery life and charging. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will reportedly feature a much larger 4,676 mAh battery compared to the 4,422 mAh battery in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Charging-wise, we haven't heard anything about a potential charging speed increase, but we hope to see one on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So far, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is shaping up to be a logical improvement to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, delivering key upgrades in important areas like screen size, performance, AI, and battery life. Thus far, we haven't heard anything particular about a potential price increase, so it's safe to assume that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will start at $1,199 for the 256GB version. Of course, if there's an iPhone 15 Pro Max in your pocket, then you'll probably have few reasons to upgrade to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Stay tuned for more updates on the iPhone 16 Pro Max as we get closer to its release date. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest tech news and reviews. Thanks for watching. Until next time.